Okay, I have another example of a second declension masculine noun, filius filii masculine, which means son. All right, let's go back to step 1. Step number 1 is to copy the dictionary definition, just as it is, don't change it, into the corresponding boxes on your chart. So that's going to be the nominative and genitive singular. Let's go do that. My first word, filius, is the nominative singular. So I'm going to copy that sucker right here. Not going to change a thing. Filius. The second word, filii, is the genitive singular. So that one's going to come right below it here. Done with step number 1. Let's go on to step number 2. In step number 2, I need to determine which chart I should be using for the word filius, and then I need to see where else I should copy the nominative singular, if I even need to do it at all. Let's find out. Back over here at my noun, filius filii, I'm going to determine which chart I need. So I look at the ending on the genitive singular, long I, which tells me that this noun belongs to second declension. And then the gender at the very end of the dictionary definition tells me that it's masculine. Let's take a look at that chart. Here we have the second declension masculine chart. Remember, this is kind of a tricky one because in the nominative we've got 4 different options, and that means in the vocative we also have a couple different options as well. So let's see how we can apply this to filius. Okay, so I figured out which chart I need, second declension masculine. Here it is over on the right. And let's get rid of some of these extra endings that we don't need. My noun filius ends in ius. So it's this type of second declension noun. So I can ignore us, er, and r. That isn't the kind of noun I've got. What does that mean for the vocative? Well, if it had ended in us, I would have used an e as my ending in the vocative. It doesn't. However, this is our second exception to the rule about the vocative. Normally, the vocative singular is the same as the nominative singular, and the vocative plural the same as the nominative plural. However, because this is an exception, it ends in eus, it's going to use a long I down in the vocative singular. However, this is kind of different because instead of being an ending we add, really it means the entire ius ending is going to come off and be replaced by long I. It would look different if I had taken the stem and then added the long I as an ending, and we'll take a look at that again at the end. So, what is step number 3? My third step is to look at my genitive singular, to find my real stem, and to copy it into any empty box. Here we are again. I'm going to erase a little so we can actually see the genitive singular. There it is. I'm going to come in with blue. Everything in front of the ending, which is long I, is the stem, F, I, L, short I. Watch this. How do you like that? There's my stem in every empty box. Ready for step 4. My final step is to add the endings from the chart I picked in step number 2 onto all the stems that are left hanging on my chart. I'm going to come in red and add my endings in. O, O. Didn't have to do anything in the vocative, that's all done. Go EE, go EOM, go EEs, Filios, Filiis, Filii. Notice that the short I at the end of the stem doesn't have any effect on the endings that start with long I. They just go back to back. They're each their own syllable. There they all are. Okay, so here it's important to note that we couldn't take the stem, F-I-L, and then add the ending long I. We really are taking the us off and then just making the I left over long. So watch out for that. But remember, there's a nice phrase to help you remember that example. Et tu brute mi fili. That is the vocative of filius, one of the exceptions, when a second declension masculine ends in IUS, and brute is the example of the other vocative exception when the nominative of the second declension masculine noun ends in us, like Brutus. The vocative is brute with an E. I'll make that a better E. And that is how you decline this kind of second declension masculine noun.